All right, guys, good morning. We'll get started here in just a second. Where is my coffee? There it is. All right. Yeah. A little bit of cafe for this very hot Tuesday, at least here in the United States. The temperature index will be, if I read correctly, over 100 degrees. And of course, I'm cooling down with some coffee. Duh. But hey, I'm Italian. What can I say, right? So hello and welcome back to this Total OS Today live podcast. If you would like to listen to these without ads, you can download off the Patreon page. Just search Total OS Today or TOS Today. And you can listen to this fun stuff. I hope it's fun. Ad-free. Good coffee. So we'll talk a little bit about some hot news, as it were. And just when I think I've seen it all, and we'll get to that in a moment, then we'll go into some random tech news. I did come across a news nonsense, I guess last week, in Florida. A spouse or girlfriend or whatever ran over her husband on their way to couples therapy. This is not a joke. My friends, the world has gone bonkers. Wow. All right, so I got my coffee. If you are new here and like all this, don't forget to subscribe and all that stuff. So give me a minute and we'll get to the news articles here in a second. All right, as usual, I'll take a look at the chat later, see if anybody's in there. I don't know if anybody's going to be here this morning. I do these at random times to catch people, in different time zones and all that stuff. Background music, if you hear it, of course, provided by Dad. Beautiful Italian tunes from Italia. Thanks, Dad. Hope you're doing well. He actually did call me this morning. He wants to start shooting one final movie called The Value of Life over there in Italy. I wish I could be there, but I have other things going on. I wish I could say I'm back to normal post-pandemic, but just not yet. And well, that's a different story. Okay, enough of that. Before we get started in the news, last weekend, this past weekend, driving through the mall parking lot, and I don't know how to say this, but there was what looked like to be a Chevy truck, like a Chevy Silverado or something like that, parked over towards the back on the side by the rear behind the garbage dumpsters. And I drove by and I thought, is that? Anyway, I parked the car. I get up. My friend who was there, he says, "Did you see that?" And I'm like, okay. So there was a couple in their Chevy truck behind the garbage dumpsters. How can I say this? Let's just say that the temperature in the parking lot rose about 10 degrees. Chevy, like a rock. Isn't that an old commercial? They were, they were doing their thing in a heat wave. I guess love is better than war, right? Oh, man. It's all about the love. Okay, enough of that. Well, I told you it's going to be hot news. Duh. Alright, let's move on to some other hot news, as it were. Apparently, Russia has their own Elon Musk. And apparently, this guy has 100 biological children. Yeah, this is from Paris CNN. I guess it says here's a programming prodigy, billionaire entrepreneur, Kremlin stooge, free speech fighter, and father to at least 100 kids. His name is Pavel Durov, and he is the founder of the app Telegram. Did not know that. It says here he was detained in France over the weekend. A mysterious globe-trotting tech bro with Mark Zuckerberg's prodigiousness. I think that's how you say it. Hey man, it's too early. He's worth an estimated $9.15 billion. Armed with an array of passports, residences, Durov has for a decade lived a life without borders. A man on a shirtless journey to secure the freedom of communication from the prying eyes of governments. Well, good for him. So he was born in 1984 in the Soviet Union, moved to Italy. Of course he moved to Italy. What's the matter with you? Anyway, the family moved back to Russia after the collapse of the Soviet Union. And after Durov's father received an offer to work at St. Petersburg State University, Durov and his older brother Nikolai were math prodigies from an early age. So it looks like they had a gift born into them. And it can happen. In this case, like 1 out of a billion, I guess. The elder Durov was the biggest star of the two children. Durov and his brother went on Italian TV to solve cubic equations in real time as a child. Okay. The family returned to Russia, they brought back from Italy an IBM PCXT computer. In the early 90s, one of the few families in Russia who could actually teach themselves how to program. And there's some more information here. He built a social media site. It talks about Durov's relationship with the Kremlin. And later they created, I guess, Telegram. This is an amazing life story. You can catch us again on CNN. I won't read the rest of this. But very interesting. I knew nothing about this guy. It talks about more about Telegram. Telegram responded in a statement that it is absurd to claim that a platform or its owner are responsible for the abuse of the platform. Okay, well, there's more to this. But Pavel Durov, the founder of Telegram, for the people, for privacy. All I can say is, Pavel, good luck with that. All right, let me grab another coffee here. Well, speaking of privacy, or lack of it, this is from ZDNet, when the NSA advises you to turn off your phone once a week from the National Security Agency. I think we've talked about this before, but it says here the pricey and precious smartphone you will carry with you can be hit by a host of security threats. By the way, this has been one hell of a summer. First, my son blew the engine on his Lexus. Then he blew the engine, not the engine, but he fried his Samsung Galaxy phone. Yeah, this is a summer I want to forget. I want to move to a deserted island for like a month and just chill. Alright, so back to this. Phishing, malware threats on phones. How do you protect yourself? There's a bunch of tips to do. There's spear phishing attacks, zero-click exploits, and so on. Let's scroll down a little bit more. Alright, so several ways to protect yourself with cell phones. By the way, and I know I've mentioned this more than once, I use 0 banking apps on my phone. 0. I don't care if it's an iPhone, Android. All it takes is one time and you're in trouble. So I use 0 banking apps on my phone. Alright, so ways to protect yourself. Update your apps, the operating system. Use official app stores. Don't click on attachments, file attachments, stuff you don't understand. This is also true on your laptop and computer, by the way. Watch out for public Wi-Fi networks. Yeah. Disable Bluetooth when not in use to prevent unauthorized device from connecting to your phone. Use use at least a 6-digit password to unlock your phone. Biometrics, enable your device's built-in or fingerprint scanning. I like the fingerprint scanning personally, not so much the facial scanning. Use trusted accessories. Avoid public USB charging stations. We probably don't think about that much, but there was a report about airport USB charging ports are not safe. Huh. Yeah. I never charge my phone in public personally. One way to help ease the pain if your phone needs charge is carry a portable power bank with you. That way you can use that portable bank versus plugging into an unknown outlet. And turn off location services. Disable location services when not needed. That's pretty much what I do. Yeah. Bluetooth location services off when they are not being used. And if you do all this, this should prevent you from getting a hot temper because something happened to your phone. See what I did there? Yeah. Alright, let me grab some coffee again. Alright, I'm going to go refill this cup real quick from my delightful Keurig machine. I'll be right back. All right. Got a fresh pot. Fresh cup, rather. Okay, let's see if anybody's in the chat. Let me switch over here. All right. All right, it looks like a quiet morning in the chat. I'll stick around just a little bit longer. See if anybody pops in for this Tuesday morning.
Amore mio, tu sei la vita mia, tu sei l'anima mia, tu sei la mia regina, l'amore vero. No, no, non muore mai. Non muore mai. Non muore mai. Mai, mai.
What do you call a fake noodle? An impasta. Bada bing. Oh well. All right. Well, it looks like it's quiet in the chat. If anybody's watching and wants to say hello or have a question, if not, I'll wrap it up. All right. Well, that's all I have for this morning. Maybe I'll catch you on the next one. It is going to be a dangerously hot week here in the United States. Stay cool, be safe out there, and all that good stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take